Hey everyone, I hope you can hear me well. I am so excited to be back. Welcome back to 2023. And I want to kick this off with a really great lesson that I recently learned in my business that I hope that each of you can take note to it and utilize the information that I'm going to share today and make application to your own business speaking and training journey. So, I had the opportunity to meet with a couple of very good friends who are in the Lux kind of biz consulting world, and we had a great meeting. And we were kind of doing a recap and sharing, what our goals are for 2023 and where we would like to be. And everyone had an opportunity to share what their goals were and what some of the challenges they were facing. So I had the opportunity to speak and share mine. And there was a question that was asked of me from this business network and an accountability group that I wasn't expecting. And I'm so happy they asked me this question. Their question was, are you a business consultant that does speaking, right? Or are you a speaker consultant that also has a leg of work in business, right? And I thought for a moment, which one do I lean on first? Like, which one is it? And hands down, I am always going to be an educator first, always an educator and a speaker. And let me explain to you why I'm mentioning this. So, the title of this conversation is When My Blueprint for Speaking Didn't Work for the Stage. And I want you to understand that many of you are multifaceted, multi passionate entrepreneurs, professionals who have done an incredible leg of work. And what I've seen along my own journey is every part of my journey, every difficulty, every positive thing that has been brought along the way, every challenge, every time I was overlooked, every time I was in a toxic work environment, all of these things were necessary to get me to where I am today, where I am completely in line where God wants me to be. Now, why I say this is because some of us like to extract certain parts of our journey, right? We compartmentalize, we feel like all of it should not be shared. We also feel that we have a complete understanding of where we have to be. And that understanding is so concrete that you're not willing to be flexible and you're not willing to expand it. So, my history and my background is being a clinician in healthcare first, working specifically in public health with persons living with HIV, dealing with substance use disorder, moving on towards education, becoming a full time faculty member in a toxic work environment, decided to expand my career in education consulting. And all of this time, I'm doing things related to building out curriculum, helping others expand their particular professional career, helping others utilize their expertise in the way that they communicate and speak. And then I decided to venture out into the speaking world because I saw them paychecks, y'all. I saw them paychecks. And I was like, oh, I could do that. And number two, we need more representation. We need more mocha chocolate out there. Now, what's interesting is that throughout all of my journey, it's always been education, but I had to learn the business side to make it sustainable. Because when you are out there sharing your information, sharing from the heart, you're in a place where you want to make a difference, you want to make an impact. But my friends, if you don't realize that revenue generation is necessary to continue that legacy building work, you're going to be in a situation where you feel like, I can't move on. I can't go on. I'm not going to be able to make it to the next step. So this then leads me to the place where I realized that my blueprint for speaking didn't just work for the stage. I have built out the H.E.A.R.T Methodology, which is my proprietary process that takes your expertise, your knowledge, and packs it into a powerful program, a speaking program that's beyond keynotes. How did I know that? How did I understand that? Because I had a professional tell me this isn't working for me. for the stage. And let me tell you what, when I first heard that my proprietary process was not working for speaking on stages, I said to myself, whoa, what have I done wrong? Did I do something wrong? What can I do differently? Oh my gosh, I made a mistake. Raise your hand, type a one in the chat if you've ever felt in a situation where you were taken aback and you're like, what have I done wrong? Maybe this isn't the right thing. Oh my gosh, what's wrong? Right? Why isn't this person able to utilize the work that I've been able to create for them to make transformation in their life? Why can't they use it for this particular one thing that I've created it for? But this is where the lesson lies, is that this person then said to me, I'm not using your information for the stage. However, I am using your proprietary process, the H.E.A.R.T methodology, every time I show up on Facebook, LinkedIn, IG Live. I'm using it every time I speak. And I just listened to a Voxer message from one of our clients who's using it as they're treating their patients. What a sense of relief for me. But what a huge reminder that we have to continuously look for opportunities to expand and not box ourselves into this thought process of what it should be. So when I was asked the question of, are you a business coach that does speaking, or your speaker coach that talks a little bit about business? I'm an educator first. And the work that I do with my clients is centered on effective communication skills, so that whether you show up on a Facebook Live, whether you show up on a virtual or in-person stage, whether you decide to write your copy different, you understand how to package your expertise in a powerful way that creates transformation that's able to reach the hearts of the people that you want to impact, for the communities that you want to serve. And so I'm sharing this story because I feel like when we think about speaking, or we hear the word speaking or training, we often think, oh, well, that's just keynotes. It's something I need to wait on. And it isn't just keynotes. It is courses, it is workshops, it's Facebook Lives, it's podcasts. I can't tell you the number of ways in which people have told me my blueprint, my proprietary process is helping them in a meeting, in the boardroom. It's helping them on a podcast. So I need y'all to understand this. I understand that there could be roadblocks in how you share your messaging. One, you may not know how to compile it together. The second reason may be you have limited resources. I don't know where I'm going to get the money to be able to invest in a speaking program to get to the next level, right? Of where I want to be in my business. I feel like I need to put this off. I've already got so much on my plate. Here's what we need to debunk today, is that your speaking, your training is a marketing tool, and you have got to lock down immediately how you share your story, your messaging, your expertise, so someone else that is on the receiving end can be blessed by the solution that you have to provide. That, my friends, can't be put on pause. So whether you decide to show up as a keynoter, whether you decide to be a motivational speaker, whether you decide to train others in workshops, whether you decide to get on stages and apply to speak at some of these big, massive, amazing conferences, all of those things require you to learn how to package yourself, package your messaging where it makes sense for others to take the next step on the journey that you've created inside of your business, inside of your organization, inside of whatever you have set up right now to live through, right? To work through, to show up through. So I wanted to share this information because that conversation really helped me. It helped me to see where I need to lean in. So I ask of you, are you finding that even in your journey, when you get some of those hard questions, when you're looking at the place of where you want to be in your professional career, if you're looking at the place that you want to be in your business, are you asking yourself the hard questions of what is it exactly that you do, and are you willing to pivot and be flexible? I will always be an educator first. I will always be a speaker first. I built my speaking and training business first before I even decided to consult. I leaned into consulting for speaking because people kept coming to me asking for assistance. And I finally decided after a year and a half of fighting it to lean in to what I know I'm really awesome and brilliant at. And so don't shy away from what your brilliance and excellence is, but remember to be flexible. For me, if I just considered my proprietary process only being used for the stage, I wouldn't be able to help my clients show up in really awesome ways in other areas of their business. It's the reason why we talk about speaking as a foundational aspect. Your speaking and training shows up in multiple different ways. So I'm actually going to be putting out some content for those of you in the next few weeks because of this conversation I've had and conversations I've been having with such brilliant, amazing business owners of how you can get started with speaking, even if your resources are limited. So you keep a lookout on that. I'm going to write something up really quick for that and share that information because I think there's many of us that are boxing ourselves, we're limiting ourselves, and there are ways in which you can expand your legacy-driven and heart-driven work in a really meaningful and impactful way. And you don't need all the bells and whistles for it first. But when you are ready for those bells and whistles, when you are ready to package it, when you are ready to close 5 to 6 figure contracts, when you are ready to get to a place of building sustainable business growth of 100K or more through speaking and training, when you are ready to command bigger stages, holla at me. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Take care.